According to the National Electrical Code, running on metallic sheath cable, commonly known as Romex, directly on exposed woodwork and concealing it with a wooden wire mold is a violation. Article 334.10 states that cables and raceways shall not be attached to or passed through furred, dropped, or suspended ceilings where such ceilings are accessible to other than qualified persons. While this article primarily addresses ceiling installations, the underlying principle of restricting cable placement in readily accessible areas applies to exposed woodwork as well. Article 334.15c further clarifies the requirements for exposed cables within or on a building, stating that they shall be supported by a cable tray, a running board, insulators on a messenger with running boards, or other approved means. This article emphasizes the need for proper support and protection for exposed cables, which a simple wooden wire mold fails to provide. The primary concern is the lack of adequate physical protection for the Romex cable. Article 300.4d directly addresses this issue, stating that exposed cables shall be protected from physical damage where necessary by rigid metal conduit, intermediate metal conduit, electrical metallic tubing, Schedule 80 polyvinyl chloride conduit, or other approved means. The key phrase here is protected from physical damage. Romex cable, when exposed on woodwork, is vulnerable to various forms of physical damage, including impacts, abrasions, and punctures. A wooden wire mold offers minimal protection against these potential hazards. Therefore, relying on a wooden wire mold to protect Romex does not meet the requirements of the NEC. The NEC mandates the use of approved raceways or other approved means to safeguard exposed cables from physical damage. A wooden wire mold, being a non-approved method, does not provide the necessary level of protection. The approved methods listed in Article 300.4d, such as rigid metal conduit, intermediate metal conduit, electrical metallic tubing, and Schedule 80 polyvinyl chloride conduit, are designed to withstand physical stresses and provide a robust barrier against damage. In situations where Romex cable needs to be run in areas where it will be exposed, such as on woodwork in a post and beam home, the proper approach is to use one of these approved raceways. Firstly, select the appropriate type of raceway based on the specific application and environmental conditions. Electrical metallic tubing, often referred to as EMT, is a common choice for residential and commercial applications due to its ease of installation and relatively low cost. Secondly, securely fasten the chosen raceway to the woodwork using appropriate mounting hardware, such as straps or clamps. The spacing between supports should comply with the NEC requirements for the specific type of raceway being used. Thirdly, carefully pull the Romex cable through the raceway, ensuring that it is not damaged during the installation process. Avoid sharp bends or kinks in the cable, as these can compromise its insulation and increase the risk of electrical problems. After the cable is installed, inspect the entire raceway system to ensure that all connections are tight and secure, and that there are no sharp edges or protrusions that could damage the cable. By following these steps and adhering to the NEC guidelines, you can ensure that the Romex cable is properly protected and that the electrical installation is safe and compliant. Consider a scenario to illustrate the importance of physical protection. Imagine a post and beam home where Romex cable is run on the woodwork and concealed with a wooden wire mold. Over time, the wood may dry out and crack, exposing the cable to the elements and increasing the risk of damage. A nail or screw accidentally driven into the woodwork could easily penetrate the Romex cable, creating a short circuit or ground fault. This could result in a fire or electrical shock. In contrast, if the Romex cable were installed in an approved raceway, such as EMT, the raceway would provide a physical barrier against such damage. The metal conduit would protect the cable from impacts, punctures, and abrasions, significantly reducing the risk of electrical hazards. Moreover, using an approved raceway ensures that the electrical installation meets the requirements of the NEC, which is essential for safety and compliance. Electrical inspectors are responsible for verifying that all electrical work complies with the NEC. If an electrical installation is found to be in violation of the code, the inspector may require that the work be corrected before issuing a certificate of occupancy. Correcting a non-compliant electrical installation can be costly and time-consuming. It is therefore essential to ensure that all electrical work is performed in accordance with the NEC from the outset. In summary, running Romex cable directly on exposed woodwork and concealing it with a wooden wire mold is a violation of the NEC. The proper way to run Romex cable in such situations is to use an approved raceway, such as EMT, to provide adequate physical protection for the cable. This ensures the safety and compliance of the electrical installation. It's also important to remember that electrical codes can vary depending on the specific location. Always consult with a qualified electrician or electrical inspector to ensure that your electrical work complies with all applicable codes and regulations. It is always better to be safe than sorry when it comes to electrical work. Poor electrical installations can lead to serious consequences, including fires, electrical shocks, and property damage. By following the NEC and using approved materials and methods, you can ensure that your electrical system is safe and reliable. Let's delve deeper into the specific articles of the NEC that address the issue of running Romex on exposed woodwork. Article 334.10, which prohibits cables and raceways from being attached to or passing through furred, dropped, or suspended ceilings accessible to unqualified persons, establishes a general principle of limiting cable exposure in readily accessible areas. This principle is based on the idea that cables in such areas are more likely to be damaged or tampered with. While this article specifically addresses ceiling installations, its underlying rationale applies to exposed woodwork as well. Article 334.15c provides further guidance on the support and protection of exposed cables. It mandates the use of cable trays, running boards, insulators on the messenger, or other approved means to support exposed cables. This article emphasizes the importance of providing adequate support for cables to prevent them from sagging or becoming damaged. A wooden wire mold, by itself, does not provide adequate support for Romex cable. It is simply a covering that conceals the cable, not a structural element that provides support. Article 300.4d is perhaps the most relevant article in this context. It explicitly requires that exposed cables be protected from physical damage by rigid metal conduit, intermediate metal conduit, electrical metallic tubing, Schedule 80 polyvinyl chloride conduit, or other approved means. This article leaves no room for interpretation. It clearly states that exposed cables must be protected from physical damage using approved methods. A wooden wire mold is not an approved method for protecting Romex cable from physical damage. The NEC provides a comprehensive set of guidelines for electrical installations. These guidelines are based on decades of experience and research, and they are designed to ensure the safety and reliability of electrical systems. It is therefore essential to follow the NEC when performing any electrical work. In addition to the specific articles discussed above, other sections of the NEC may also be relevant to the issue of running Romex on exposed woodwork. For example, Article 310 addresses the ampacity of conductors, which is the maximum current that a conductor can carry safely without overheating. When running Romex cable in a raceway, it is important to ensure that the ampacity of the conductors is sufficient for the intended load. Article 314 covers outlet boxes, device boxes, and junction boxes. These boxes are used to enclose electrical connections and provide a safe and convenient means of accessing the wiring. When running Romex cable on exposed woodwork, it is important to use appropriate boxes to protect the connections and provide access for future maintenance or repairs. Furthermore, remember to adhere to the manufacturer's instructions for all electrical materials and equipment. The manufacturer's instructions provide valuable information on the proper installation and use of their product. Following the manufacturer's instructions can help to ensure that the electrical installation is safe and reliable. One common misconception is that if the Romex cable is hidden behind a wooden wire mold, it is adequately protected. However, this is not the case. The wooden wire mold only provides a superficial level of protection. It does not protect the cable from impacts, punctures, or abrasions. A more robust form of protection is required to meet the requirements of the NEC. Another misconception is that if the Romex cable is run in a low-traffic area, it does not need to be protected. However, this is also not the case. Even in low traffic areas, cables can still be damaged by accidental impacts or other unforeseen events. It is therefore essential to protect all exposed cables regardless of their location. The NEC is not just a set of rules and regulations. It is a comprehensive guide to safe and reliable electrical installations. By following the NEC, you can protect yourself, your family, and your property from the hazards of electricity. Finally, consider engaging a qualified electrician for any electrical work that you are not comfortable performing yourself. Electrical work can be dangerous, and it is always best to leave it to the professionals. A qualified electrician has the knowledge, skills, and experience to perform electrical work safely and correctly. I will now address some frequently asked questions about running Romex on exposed woodwork. Question 1. What are the consequences of violating the NEC? Answer: violating the NEC can have serious consequences, including fines, legal liability, and even criminal charges. In addition, a non-compliant electrical installation can pose a significant safety hazard. Question 2. Can I use a different type of cable instead of Romex? Answer: yes, there are other types of cables that can be used in exposed locations. For example, armored cable, commonly known as AC cable, is a type of cable that has a metal sheath that provides physical protection. However, even armored cable may need to be installed in a raceway in certain situations. Question 3. Can I paint the raceway to match the woodwork? Answer: yes, you can paint the raceway to match the woodwork. However, it is important to use a paint that is compatible with the raceway material. Consult with a paint professional for recommendations. Question 4. How do I find a qualified electrician? Answer: you can find a qualified electrician by asking for referrals from friends, family, or neighbors. You can also check with your local Better Business Bureau or online directories. Be sure to verify the electrician's credentials and insurance before hiring them. Question 5. Are there any exceptions to the NEC rules regarding Romex on exposed woodwork? Answer: there may be some limited exceptions to the NEC rules regarding Romex on exposed woodwork. However, these exceptions are typically very specific and require approval from the local electrical inspector. Do not assume that an exception applies to your situation without first consulting with an electrical inspector. The information provided here is intended for general guidance only and should not be considered a substitute for professional advice. Always consult with a qualified electrician or electrical inspector before performing any electrical work. Electrical safety is paramount, and it is essential to follow all applicable codes and regulations to protect yourself and others from the hazards of electricity. By understanding the NEC requirements and taking the necessary precautions, you can ensure that your electrical system is safe and reliable. Remember that electricity is a powerful force that must be treated with respect. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, it is always best to leave it to the professionals.